Etu, let's talk about safety, fume extraction gun. You told us in the beginning that with the ERGOFRESH we will have a fume extraction gun, a new one. Please tell us something about it.
Yes, we have. We have this ERGOFRESH fume extraction MIG gun. It's pretty much based on Ergo Plus MIG gun, but it's with the fume extraction. And with the fume extraction gun, welder and the people who are working on the same environment are on a safe.
So, meaning on the safe side, so they are not...
they don't have to breathe welding fumes, I mean.
Okay, so it's clear. So, but how dangerous are welding fumes, or are they dangerous at all?
Yes, I have to say that those welding fumes are dangerous. And according studies, a single welder operator can produce 40 grams of airborne fumes and particles per hour. And with ERGOFRESH, 94% of those welding fumes can be removed as soon as they are generated. So long before they are ending to the welder's breathing area. Also, those small particles and metal oxides and silicates and fluorides are not visible to the eyes. So have to keep on mind that even it looks safety, that you don't see those welding fumes, they could be dangerous.
Clear. So message is clear. Fume extraction torch is needed, especially in those cases where the welder is not used or cannot use a separate vacuum unit or exhausting unit. So we need a fume extraction gun. But now we're having all these additional features for the fume extraction on the torch. What about ergonomic? What about the weight?
Yeah, we have a same ergonomic approach than on Ergo Plus. For example, this small and slim handle with the same kind of triangular shape, which I already mentioned with the Ergo Plus. And even there is a fume channels inside the handle, it's small. And hose package must be larger, of course, because there is a fume hose inside the hose package. But because of this one big joint ball, it's still flexible and it keeps your working ergonomic. And there's only one big ball joint because it have to be also, there won't be any leakage. For example, if we are putting multiple ball joints here, there would be a lot of leakage. So on our Ergo Plus, there is a really minimum leakage on this gun. Okay. But in ergonomic wise, we have reached also this good level on ergonomics. So working on difficult positions is possible with the minimal bending force from the hose package.
So overall, we can say that we copied the same ergonomic approach from the Ergo Plus and put everything into this fume extraction gun, into these ERGOFRESH, right?
Yes, as much as possible, I have to say. It's really good level. Take a try.
Really feels good, and if I look at the handle, not much compromises on the ergonomy, and the design is still there. You can identify it from the Ergo Plus. It is a small handle. I look now here these hose package. Is it leather? Is it leather?
Yes, it is. It is real leather.
Why do we use it? I normally have leather on the jacket, or I don't know where in my car on the seats. I don't know. But why do we put leather here on the fume extraction torch?
Yeah, actually, I have to say that it looks really nice, but it's more because of ISO requirements and gliding over sharp corners. Those ISO standards requires a hot wire test, so it must be durable enough against hot wire, and with the fully leather we can glide it over sharp corners pretty smoothly. I can demonstrate it here. If you pull it here, there is no any gap on this side, and
it's really sharp. I need to say it's really sharp.
It's really, and it's really durable against the sharp corners.
So, okay, I think we can really conclude that this torch is really very close to a normal welding gun, to our normal Ergo Plus gun. And this is very important for our welders outside. If a welder is using a fume extraction gun, he doesn't want to take any compromises onto ergonomic. And he doesn't want to have any huge weight on the torch. He wants to have a torch where he can really do his job, be safe, have all these features for the fume extraction gun, for the fume extraction, but doesn't want to have any compromise in ergonomic. And I think very well done here. No compromises in ergonomic, but providing full safety. So, but Eto, very honestly, if I go now to customer side or on site to workshops and manufacturing sites, I need to say, I do not see a lot of these torches around there. How do you see the future of these torches, about this equipment? What do you think about it?
In my opinion, these are definitely future products. Safety things has become more important in every country, in every company, and they appreciate welder safety. For example, it's even difficult to find the welders, but if you can give them a safe working atmosphere, it's easier to get the employees for that kind of jobs. But also in the future, after safety is megatrend, as I mentioned. But there is some regulations in some countries. For example, in France, companies are able to get rebates of taxes if the employees are using fume extraction gun. And I'm pretty sure that this kind of regulations will become more widely in the future.
So overall, the market is driven by, of course, the safety of the welder, which is the most important thing. But we also see regulation and subsidies coming up for these equipment, that it comes more and more in place. Eto, by the way, and look now at this torch. What is this blue thing here on top? What is it? I know it from my little bit from my fume extraction unit from at home. But what was it? Why do we have it here on this torch?
Yeah, exactly. It's called bypass lid, and it has a similar meaning that what you have on your vacuum cleaner at home.
Vacuum cleaner, right?
But in a welding point of view, it's more about shield gas. For example, if I'm welding somewhere nearby the inner corner, and if I'm coming to inner corner, there is a risk that I will vacuum also shield gas away. But with the bypass lid, when I'm coming to position where is that risk, I can easily move the bypass lid and reduce the amount of vacuum. And with that adjustment, I can be sure that there is no welding defects because of too strong vacuum. So it must be possible to move easily by a thumb during the welding task.
So I can see also it's very well positioned here. It is directly below my thumb. It is directly where I can use it during welding very easily. If I go into corners, do not want to harm my shielding gas, I really easily can adjust the flow here on this handle.
Exactly.
Eto, as we have now here the same design approach than the Ergo Plus, what about the pistol grip you mentioned earlier for the Ergo Plus? Can we put it here on the ERGOFRESH as well?
Yes, for sure we can use the same pistol grip. We can take it away from Ergo Plus and just please go ahead and put it to ERGOFRESH.
Easy, one click, off, on, works here as well. Same.
Yes,
ergonomic.
Same ergonomic advantages
than for the Ergo Plus. Great. Now, if I have here the pistol grip and now have here the trigger, what about the trigger? Do we have the same trigger here in the ERGOFRESH than also in the Ergo Plus, this micro switch trigger? Do we have it here also?
Yes, it's the same. But before that topic, I want to remind you also about the pistol grip, that it's included in every standard package.
Here as well.
Yes, in ERGOFRESH as well. Every welder is able to get the benefits of pistol grip. But now answer for your question. About the trigger, it has a same design shape. The angle for the human hand has the same approach than we have on Ergo Plus, but also it has the same micro switch trigger, which is IP67 protected. And you can imagine on reality when you are doing your job with the fume extraction gun. The hot fumes goes inside the neck, inside the handle, and there is a lot of dust and particles inside the handle, which could cause us some electronic problems with the trigger components and the conductivity of those components. But we are using this IP-sealed micro switch component, so we don't have any risk on that point of view.
So the micro switch trigger, even more important in the fume extraction gun to protect it from the dust and the fume coming through the handle. So very good here.
Yes, precisely.
Eetu, one important part of the fume extraction torch is, of course, the front, the gas nozzle and the fume nozzle. Please tell us something about how did we design it, what is the idea behind, and do we have something unique here or something very special?
Yes, I'm feeling proud to tell that this fume nozzle and gas nozzle combination, we have a patent pending for it. It's unique. None of other has a similar kind of structure acceptable by same standards than us. In our solution, we can change gas nozzle and fume nozzle separately. Please have a look at this video.
So, do I understand right from the video that I can separately change the gas nozzle and keep the fume nozzle on the torch, right? So
yes, precisely.
Okay, what is the benefit for our customers? Let us think about. Probably this fume nozzle here has a much more longer lifetime than the gas nozzle, right? Mm-hmm. So if I only need to change the gas nozzle and keep the fume nozzle, I save costs, right? Because I do not need to save the whole set here. Mm-hmm. I only need to change the gas nozzle, keep it here, and if needed, okay, I change the fume nozzle, but longer lifetime, so I only...
Exactly, and you can imagine the price difference between combination and between gas nozzle and fume nozzle separately.
Exactly.
And as I said, it's really unique according this 21004 or CARSAT standard, because they require it. They require it together, but this is accepted by it.
So okay, so this approach, our patented design, which we have here for this exhausting and also this separate approach of the fume, the gas nozzle is covered and is aligned with the new ISO 21904, and we also align with the CARSAT standard from French market. Do I get it right?
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, then a big question is, what kind of vacuum unit do I need for this torch?
That's a good question. For ERGOFRESH, a low power vacuum unit is enough. Needed vacuum air amount is approximately 95 cubic meter per hour.
Okay, so I can use this torch with almost most of the or all of the units which are applicable in the market. So no special requirements beside this 95 cubic meters per hour. Nothing special needed, so I can use it almost with every machine in the market, right?
No special requirements.
Great. Eetu, I have a question to you. You mentioned also now, or we mentioned now, the ISO standard. We mentioned the efficiency. We have 94%. I'm a little bit confused, I need to say. What is really behind these numbers? What does this efficiency mean? How do we measure it? I see a lot of high numbers. If I look at the fume extraction torches in the market, a lot of high numbers without knowing what does it really mean? What is behind it? How efficient the torch are really? Can we put any number here? How is this measured? Please help me a little bit to get a little bit more clear picture. How do we do it? How do we put transparency to our customers? And how do we prove our efficiency, that we really have a proving behind our numbers and don't tell anything?
Yes, I can tell it for you. We are talking about the minimum flow with capture speed and maximum flow with capture speed. This capture speed is calculated airspeed at the distance of 20 millimeter from the end of the gas nozzle. The test requires multiple measurements, and we can take the average of those multiple measurements. Those are measured in a laboratory. And minimum capture speed means 0.35 meters per second, and maximum capture speed means 0.55 meters per second, according that standard which we have to use for fume extraction guns.
Standard, you mean the ISO standard?
Yes,
so we
exactly.
measure everything under this ISO 21904. So we are completely in line with the standard, and all our measurements are done under this requirements from the standard, right?
Exactly. And before we go ahead, I want to tell you that with ERGOFRESH minimum capture speed we can reach 90% efficiency, and with the maximum capture speed we can reach 94% efficiency.
Well, so our customers can clearly compare this efficiency due to the ISO standard, so we do not hide anything. We are very transparent, open, and everybody understands what we did here, and no bullshit numbers. Sorry to say something like this, but this is really proven facts. So, Eetu, last but not least, or not last but not least, but how do I connect this torch to this vacuum unit? I mean, this is an important question to our customers. We explained now that you can mostly take the machines which are available in the market, no really special requirements, but how do I connect this torch to the machine? I think this is a very important question.
That's really important question, exactly. Here we have a standard Euro connector, which is a similar what we have on Ergo Plus. And after Euro connector, we have this connector for the vacuum hose. Works easily, and this connection rotates freely 360 degrees around. So there's no kind of limits where the vacuum hose should come, and also if you are moving your wire feeder or moving your gun, however, this is really flexible solution. And this connector size on a standard model is a diameter 50 millimeters, but we have adapters available for 45 millimeters and 60 millimeters. So also as we mentioned, according vacuum power, we can say it according this, most of the standard vacuum units from the markets can be used easily with no special actions.
Good. This is very good to know to our customers. Now, coming to the end of the presentation of the ERGOFRESH model, of course, our customers are curious and want to know what models are we going to have available in the future?
Yes, that's a good question, and I would like to go through with you. For the water-cooled range, we will have a 300 amperage model and 500 amperage model. And for the gas-cooled range, we have a 200 amperage model and 350 amperage model. And as a cable length, we have a 3 meter, 4 meter, and 5 meter models. So all in all, we have 12 different models available.
This is very good. So to sum up these new ERGOFRESH, we can say that we have a torch here which provides full safety to our welders with no compromises in ergonomic.